إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. My dear respected brothers and sisters in Islam, today's khutbah is a reminder for myself and you all about the importance of perfecting our religion, al-Islam, in a particular, with emphasis in a particular matter. Before I commence, can I ask you all to move forward? So there leaves some space at the back for the brothers about to come, inshallah. Ikhwani, my brothers in Islam, Allah Jalla wa Ala made this religion complete and He made it perfect. He made this religion so complete, so perfect that there is absolutely no chance of any fault being in this religion. And the one who follows this religion to the T, as it should be, is guaranteed ease, success in this life, and guaranteed Jannah in the hereafter. He's guaranteed to be saved from depression, anxiety. He's guaranteed to be saved from a harm and a pitiful, dishonorable life in this world. And he's guaranteed to be saved from the hellfire in the hereafter. And this is the very reason why we worship Allah. Because it is the right thing to do. There is only one creator, that's Allah, Lord of the worlds. He is the one who sent his last and final messenger, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, to be singular, to be followed. So we follow him. But there are many aspects of this religion which Allah has revealed to us, where we find ourselves not fulfilling, being lazy, dragging our feet. We find ourselves, in some cases, not taking concern about this part of our religion. Or we make excuses so we don't have to fulfill that part of our religion. The religion of Islam, which Allah has made for us, consists of Iman, the aqa'id, of the 6 pillars of Iman. Consists of the 5 pillars of Islam, the wajibat, the obligatory matters. But there are matters in between this which are voluntary, and some which are obligatory, which we are in so much need for, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, if you do these voluntary things, then He will relieve from you hardships and difficulties. If you do these voluntary actions as well as the obligatory actions, then Allah will forgive your sins and so on and so forth. There's so much encouragement in this religion of Islam for doing voluntary things. Why? Why in Islam do you have so much sunnah with the fara'id? Qiyam al-layl, sadaqah, fasting Mondays and Thursdays. Why in the Quran? Recitation of the Quran. We will not be punished if we leave these things. But there is so much emphasis in our religion on these matters. Why? Because Allah Jalla wa Ala, who created you, He knows you better than you even know yourself. I'll give you one example, and then you will see from that why these voluntary matters are so important. On the Day of Judgment, the slave will be brought to Allah. And the first question he will be asked is about his salah, his prayers. Did he pray them on time? Did he pray the fara'id in the first place? Or was he of those who never prayed? Was he of those who only prayed in Jum'ah? Only those who prayed on Eid? Only those who prayed in Ramadan? Or was he regular in his prayer? That's the first thing. Then if he ticks all them boxes, Allah will look into his prayers again. Did he pray it with khushu'? Remembering, concentrating on Allah? Did he fulfill the methodology of prayer correctly? Without innovations in the prayer? Without shirk in the prayer? Did he give concern to all these matters? And then from there, he will say, drag this slave of mine and throw him in the hell. Or he will say from there, take this slave and show him what I have prepared for him in Al-Jannah. But before even those two things are said, then the accounting will begin of was your food halal? Was your income halal? Did you give your rights to your children, your father, your mother, your brothers, your sisters, the ummah? Stealing and robbing, all these questions come in place. Break your family ties. After what? After the salah. So let's wind back to the salat. Just the salat alone. Stay there for a moment. Because what if we didn't tick those boxes of not fulfilling the prayer according to the sunnah, or with khushu', or making mistakes in the prayer, forgetting the raka'at? What happens in that situation? I think you know what I'm leading to, my brothers. I'm sure you know what I'm alluring to. Because the hadith goes on to say that Allah will then send the angels, say to them, show me his voluntary prayers. Show me his sunnah. Show me his qiyam al-layl. Show me his tahajjud, his all the sunnah of his prayers. And they will bring all the sunnah. And then Allah will take from the sunnah to fill the gaps of the fara'id, and then you will pass, and then you will be questioned about everything else in your life. But if, after taking from your sunnah, there's still gaps in the fara'id, then he will not even ask you about halal and haram and anything else. Straight dragged by our forelocks to the hellfire. وَنَعُوذُ بِاللَّهِ مِنْ ذَلِكَ. We seek refuge in Allah from such a thing. Can you see the importance now, my brothers, of sunnah? Yeah? Do you understand how important these matters are in our religion? Why this religion is so important? Allah said in the Quran, إِنَّ الْحَسَنَاتَ يُذْهِبْنَ السَّيِّئَاتِ ذَلِكَ ذِكْرَ لِلذَّاكِرِينَ. Verily good deeds, they wipe out bad deeds. That is a reminder of those who take heed. And which one of us has no bad deeds? Some of us more than others. And we have to face Allah if we pass the ticks on the salah. And he starts to question us about everything else. There are bad deeds he will bring up. But what will erase those bad deeds? The good deeds you do. The Prophet ﷺ said in the authentic hadith that verily the sadaqah you give wipes away the anger of your Lord, just like water puts out fire. Can you see? The sadaqah is a voluntary thing, not an obligatory thing. But look how important it is for us in our religion. Or do we not think about standing before Allah on the Day of Judgment? Are we not bothered about this? Because if we're bothered, we will look at our religion as a complete one religion and fulfill every aspect of our religion and not be lazy in the voluntary matters as well as the obligatory matters. My brothers, An-Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, he is not a Muslim, the one who goes to sleep at night with his belly full while his neighbor is hungry. In the Sharia, we have near neighbors and we have far neighbors. Your near neighbor is considered, according to some scholars, those who reside around your area and even just your city, your town, and even your country. The far neighbor, the one who is outside that, in another country or far away from your town, your village. So we will be held accountable if we know that our brethren, our neighbors are sleeping with a hungry stomach, yet we are sleeping with a full stomach. The Prophet ﷺ said in another authentic hadith that this ummah, al-Islam, this ummah of Muslims is one ummah. It's like one body. If one part of the body, the jasad, hurts or is in pain, the rest of the body feels the pain and runs to solve this pain and release him from this pain and anguish. This is how he described the ummah in Sahih Bukhari. Many of us have felt the pains of hunger, no? There must have been times in the month of Ramadan when you feel hungry, or some time when you went days without food and you get hunger pains. I've met people who hold their stomach with pain, cramp. And Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam tied stones to his stomach, tied it to prevent the hunger pain. The companions, they copied him. So when we know that ummah is suffering from hunger around the world, if we don't rush to put food and morsels of food in their mouth and help them, then can we truly consider ourselves as Muslims, as part of this ummah that Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam spoke about? There are people in Africa, in a place called Eritrea. They have been under such oppression from their regime, forced to go into the army, whether they're 10 years old, 20 years old, or 60 years old, or 75 years old. There's no limit. Whatever they want, into the army. They have no work in their country, no prospect of hopes in their country of education. They have fled their country, and many of them are living in East Sudan. And how are they living? They're living in tents, not brick walls, wood. They're living, in some cases, in conditions which are only befitting for animals to live in. And these are Muslims. These are your brethren. These are our ummah. If you really want to know the reality of these people, Eritrea, this country, is part of the old Abyssinia. Abyssinia in the time of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam had a righteous king, a Najashi, who lived over them. And he was the only one out of all the countries who gave sanctuary, refuge, protection and help to the companions of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We all know a group of the companions, Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam sent them to Eritrea, sent them to Abyssinia. The king was a righteous king. And the mushriks, they came to try and get them back so that they can torture them and imprison them. He said, I'll never give them up, never. Look at the righteousness of this king and the people. They took care of the companions of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They took care and honored him so much that after Allah Jalla wa'ala blessed Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam with Medina, the companions left Abyssinia and they went now to live in Medina with the companions. After a few years, a contingency came from Abyssinia to check on these companions who have now moved back to their people. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he heard of them coming, he gathered his companions and said, nobody, not one of you will host these people. Not one of you will honor these people that are coming. I am the only one who will do this. For I want to repay them for what they've done for my companions. And these are the people of Abyssinia. Today, Eritrean people are from the offsprings of this king and those people. And they are now in refuge. They are now in need. Are you going to respond like Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam? He welcomed them and he helped them. We have absolutely no importance to color or geography. We are one ummah. The colors, the geography doesn't come in the way. We help and we aid and we love anybody who says La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah and is true to that. So this is what we have at hand, my brothers. These are the people who we are trying to collect money for and trying to help them with food parcels and help them with many other things. أقول قولي هذا أستغفر لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الصلاة والسلام على رسول الكريم. أما بعد. Listen to these 2 or 4 verses in the Quran and reflect and contemplate over them. The first, Allah says, فَلَكَتَهَمَ الْعَقَبَةِ وَمَا أَدَرَاكَ مَا الْعَقَبَةِ فَكُّ رَكَبَةٍ أَوْ إِطْعَامٌ فِي يَوْمٍ ذِي مَسْغَبَةٍ يَتِيمًا ذَا مَقْرَبَةٍ أَوْ مِسْكِينًا ذَا مَتْرَبَةٍ. The meaning of this verse, my brothers, is Allah is saying, and what will make you conceive or understand that steep hill, that hard thing to do? It is freeing a slave. It is feeding a person when they are hungry. It is maintaining, taking care of an orphan or a needy person who is lying there in the dust. This is a description of many people around the world, and from them it is a description of the Eritrean refugees who we are trying to help. Hunger, pain, lying in the dust, orphaned. Find all of them. Over 250,000. 250,000 of them in this refugee camp in the east of Sudan. Some of them have gone into the towns and villages. 250,000. And this is Allah speaking. He did not say, and what will tell you what is that steep, hard hill, that steep, hard walk, that difficult thing to do. He didn't say that and then say, help the white and not the black, help the black and not help the white, help the Arab, don't help the non-Arab. None of this. He said, feeding the hungry one when he is starving. It's a hard thing to do. And only Allah gives the tawfiq to the one who is able to do this. In another ayah in the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He encourages feeding the poor, the needy. وَيُطْعِمُونَ الطَّعَامَ عَلَى حُبِّهِ مِسْكِينًا وَيَتِيمًا وَأَسِيرًا إِنَّمَا نُطْعِمُكُمْ لِوَجْهِ اللَّهِ إِنَّمَا نُطْعِمُكُمْ لِوَجْهِ اللَّهِ لَا نُرِيدُ مِنكُمْ جَزَاءً وَلَا شَكُورًا. Allah says that verily they feed the poor, the miskin, the one who cannot even help himself, the yatim and the orphan, the asir, the enslaved or the prisoners who's been freed. They feed all these types of people, and they say when they feed them, إِنَّمَا نُطْعِمُكُمْ لِوَجْهِ اللَّهِ. We feed you only for the pleasure of Allah. لَا نُرِيدُ مِنكُمْ جَزَاءً وَلَا شَكُورًا. We don't want you to give us any reward for what we're giving you. And we don't want you to even say thank you to us. We're not interested in this. Allah goes on to say about these people that Allah will gives them what they fear. The standing before Allah. They fear that, that's why they did this. Allah said Allah saves them from what they fear. And He enters them into gardens underneath which rivers flow, and so on and so forth. And then I'll tell you, my brothers, 2 warnings now. These are 2 verses in the Quran of encouragement, showing the importance of feeding the poor, the needy. Now we take 2 warnings. If we turn away from this reminder of Allah, if we think ourselves sufficient and we don't care and we don't help. The first of them, Allah Jalla wa Ala said, and this is from the Quran which you recite or I recite daily, مَا سَلَكَكُمْ فِي السَّقَرِ قَالُوا لَمْ نَكُمْ مِنَ الْمُصَلِّينَ وَلَمْ نَكُنْ نُطْعِمُ الْمِسْكِينَ. It was said to them, what has brought you to this pit of hell? This is the Malik. The Malik, the angel of hellfire, speaking to the people in the hell. What has brought you to this hell? And they said, لَمْ نَكُمْ مِنَ الْمُصَلِّينَ. We never used to be of those who prayed. But listen to the second one. Also amongst them were those who prayed, but وَلَمْ نُطْعِمِ الْمِسْكِينَ. And we didn't feed the poor people, the needy, the hungry. This is one of the characteristics of those who have been thrown and living amongst pus and filth in the hell. And we seek refuge in Allah from that. And in the last ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, أرأيت الذي يكذب بالدين فذلك الذي يدعو اليتيم ولا يحض على طعام المسكين. Have you not seen the one يكذب بالدين? He's lying about his religion. Hypocrisy is inside him. He's a true denier of the religion, but he's displaying something else in front of you. أرأيت الذي يكذب بالدين? The true, real denier, the liar in this religion. فذلك الذي يدعو اليتيم. It's the one who abandons the orphan. He knows there's an orphan there. He knows they need help. He has the ability to help. He abandons, turns away. Turns away, not interested. This is the one. يكذب بالدين. He's not true to his religion. He says he's Muslim, he says La ilaha Muhammad Rasulullah, but he's not true to his words. Look at that. And then he said, وَلَا يَحُدُّ عَلَى طَعَامِ الْمِسْكِينِ. And he does not even encourage people to feed the poor. Doesn't even encourage people to feed the poor. A text message comes to you, oh brother, you can donate £30 for a food parcel. And you know, you have a massive list of people you can pass a message to. But you decide, turn it off in my pocket. You don't encourage to feed the miskin. This is the reality of what I'm talking about. Implementation of these verses in the Quran, these ahadith, this religion which we claim to follow. This is the reality. One food parcel in Eritrea costs £30 with a staple diet for these people. There is an illness in that camp, eye illness, and it leads to blindness if these people are not treated. The name of the illness is called trachoma. Very simple to treat. Prevents blindness by Allah's permission. £15 for the inspection, to inspect, including the treatment and the follow-up. Only £15. Together, one food parcel, one treatment for trachoma, £45. Whoever wants to donate today, every penny we collect today in this masjid, all of it, 100% will go to this cause. So please inshallah give generously. أقول قولي هذا أستغفر لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين وأقيموا الصلاة.